All right, Mars mission. Give me a go, no-go for launch. Booster.
Go flight.
Retro.
Go flight.
Mission control, we are ready.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Sir, it's the sponsor. Data shows we need to make the logo bigger.
Thanks, Mission Control, we are ready. Again.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Sir, it's the sponsors again. Data shows millennials don't like the color. And we need a hashtag.
10, 9, 8, 7.
What? Search data shows Mars is no longer trending? They want to send them to Pluto.
Pluto?
プルード冥王星ってそれ惑星じゃないだろ
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What happened?
Sorry, guys. They burnt up their budget. We have to push the launch to Q4.
Digital marketing, it's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about Adobe. It's really not even about our customers. This is all about people. Because when you boil it down, we are all here for the same reason, and that's to give people great experiences. It's that simple, and it's that big. Historically, marketers have been the biggest nurturers and advocates for consumers and the customer experience, and that has never been more important than right now. Some of you may be familiar with Procter & Gamble's mantra, the consumer is boss. They're right. More than ever, we are no longer an economy of products and services. Experiences are what matter. People today share a growing affinity for moments over material. And this is especially true for the millions of millennials that are out there. You don't believe me? Just check out your Instagram feed. Look at what they're sharing. As marketers, we need to stop selling products and realize that we are selling experiences. This is our new reality. At Adobe, this is what we do. Our mission has always been to change the world through digital experiences, long before it was the industry flavor of the month. We are the only company that helps you with every stage of the great experiences, from the content creation all the way through delivering that experience to consumers. And while design and aesthetics have never been more important, the technology of content creation with graphics, videos, apps, and experience design is more complex than ever. And the velocity at which you need to create content has never been faster. And great experiences always start with delivering the right content to the right person at the right time, and that starts with data. Insights and intelligence are the engine of engaging experiences. Because we all know that robots are never going to do great marketing, that human intelligence and human intuition cannot be replaced. But if we can harness, bring together the power of computing, both man and machine, to work faster and smarter, we believe we can do big things. This wave isn't about us. It's about her. It's about the consumer. It's about the experience that we provide to consumers as they shop, buy, and use our products and services. This wave is about goose pimples and smiles and bringing people closer together. It's even about nothing. Yes, nothing. It's about doing our jobs so well that the consumer doesn't even know that you and I exist. We are closing the gap between people and the things that they want to do and the people that they want to be with. Our job is to make that happen and then to get out of the way.
As Brad mentioned, brands need to put customer experience at the heart of their business. And that's exactly what we're doing at Adobe with our recently announced mobile innovations. Now this morning, I'll be taking you through 4 of those. First, we'll look at ad tracking through app installs. Then, we'll deep dive into deep linking. And finally, we'll explore creative new ways to leverage geo-notification and push notification. Now, before we begin, I'd like to thank Argus, our local brand, for allowing us to use their brand this morning to showcase these exciting new technologies. Now, I know it's main stage, and I know it's Summit, but I really need some new earphones. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to do a quick search on my phone. I'm going to paste in earphones and search. OK, so I've got a few Google Shopping ads, nothing here I really fancy, and I also see an ad for Argus. Now, this is in the first position for a paid text ad, and that's powered by Adobe Media Optimizer's machine algorithmic learning, which is a mouthful of a way to say using algorithms to optimize and scale your performance. Now, Argus is a brand I know and trust, so I'm going to click through and see what they've got. OK, much better. Cool options, funky colors. I quite like these green ones. But now what you'll notice is I have an opportunity to download the Argus app. Now, this is great for me as a customer because I shop at Argus all the time, so I'm sure this will really streamline my experience. I'm going to go ahead and download the app. And as I do, what I'll mention is that thanks to our recently announced innovations in our mobile SDK, we are able to track from that first paid search ad click into the App Store, which was previously a black hole for us marketers, so huge win, and then all the way into the app to see all the in-app engagement. We've now got the full picture. So I'm going to open the app, and as I do, I'll receive a few settings notifications. First, can the app use my location? Sure. And next, can it send me further push notifications? Why not? So this enables Argus to create a continuous, streamlined experience for me as a customer, which is great. Now, what you'll notice is I've been deep linked straight into the app, straight to the headphones page, right at what I was looking at earlier. So for me as a customer, no searching and researching. I'm simply looking straight at these cool green earphones, which I'm so buying. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in and register. That will enable Argus to further personalize the experience for me. Cool. Now, what I want to mention is I said we've got some new announcements around geolocation, and that's our core service, Places. So what that means is because I've got geolocation on my phone, I said the app can use it, and there happens to be an Argus near me with an iBeacon, say, I'm notified with a push notification that there's a store near me. Aha, there's one right on stage. How convenient. So I think I can handle the walk without the map. I do work for Adobe after all. But watch what happens as I enter the store. I am greeted with a full screen push notification welcoming me. Now that's thanks to this handy device, our little friend, the iBeacon. And I've also got an option to try the new Smart Bag experience. Well, I'm always up for something new, so why not? Let me tell you about this Smart Bag. Just like the iBeacon, this is an IoT device, except a bit bigger and a bit snazzier. It's powered with RFID and Bluetooth, so all I need to do is pair this with my phone by touching them together. I've got a prompt here to pair them. I'll say yes. We'll let the pairing go through. And just like that, I have a physical empty shopping bag and a digital empty shopping trolley, linking my in-store and digital experiences together. Great. Let's shop. So I see these cool green headphones I've been eyeing for the entirety of my demonstration. I'm going to pop them into the bag. And as I do, my shopping trolley updates in my app. So everything is connected. This is pretty cool. But watch this. We've got more demonstrations to go. I know this is exciting, but wait till you see what else we've got. I have no time to queue here. So watch what happens as I simply walk out of the store. The same iBeacon that recognized I entered has recognized I've left and charged me straight through the app. No cues, no cards, just cool new headphones. How about that?
Now, today, even the most traditional form of advertising, the poster, has been digitized. I'm immediately able to interact with the kiosk. But as soon as we have this kind of interaction, this kind of physical digital experience coming together, the question is, how do we manage that? How do we measure and optimize this experience, and how do we manage that experience on an ongoing basis? So let's go into the back end of the Adobe Marketing Cloud, and now I'm going to be playing the role of a marketer at Dunkin' Donuts. Now, I can quickly and easily find the location where I want to manage the signage, and in this case, what I'm going to do is actually manage the signs on a kiosk like this in the Dunkin' Donuts store in St. Albans, which is actually my hometown and the Dunkin' Donuts store there. So I can find that kiosk, and I can edit it and keep it up to date in just the same way that I would manage any of my other digital properties or websites. So I see all of the locations that I have, all of the physical signs that I can edit here, and if I go into the kiosk, what's interesting here is you can see on screen analytics data that enables me to understand exactly how this particular kiosk is performing as an intelligent kiosk, as a sales channel, in fact. Now, what I want to do in this demonstration is actually to update some of the content on that to keep it up to date with the latest promotions that we're running. So I'll click on the edit checkmark there, and now I'm presented again with a centralized asset library that I can use to keep this particular physical location up to date. So I'll type in the word posters, if I could type, and you can see that I'm immediately presented with all of the assets that I can use. Now, I quite like the look of this first one here, so I'm simply going to drag and drop that onto the screen here, and you can see behind me the experience instantly updates. So you can see, instantly, the screen recognizes that my phone is against it, and it's pulling information that it needs about my favorite items. And it will follow my phone around and knows exactly where my phone is. What we're going to see here is a continuous and consistent experience between three different devices. On the screen in front of me in the Tesla, I have a big display that I can use to interact. And you'll notice that the car recognizes that I'm in the drive-thru and asks me if I'd like to place an order. So I'm going to say yes. And then I can instantly start to actually create that order. So I've already talked about the fact that I like a Dunkachino. I'm going to choose Dunkachino from the screen in front of me. This time I'm happy with this configuration. I won't get too complicated. And what you're seeing is that as I enter the order, as I click done here, so the screen here in my car and the screen in the drive-thru are synced up. So there's confidence that what I'm ordering is actually being represented in the drive-thru experience. So I'm happy with that, and I'm going to place my order. So I'm going to choose Pay Now. Now, this is the point where I would typically put my credit card information in. But even under normal circumstances, I wouldn't really want to put that credit card information into a screen in front of me. And although I feel like we've probably bonded over the last 5 or 6 minutes, I certainly don't want to share my credit card details with 5,000 of my closest friends. So the most obvious thing for me to do here is to hand off the experience from the car to my mobile device. And you can see that I've got the Dunkin' Donuts app installed on my mobile device here. And all I have to do is choose Pay Now. Now, because I have my credit card information stored in the mobile device, it's very straightforward for me to then just finish the transaction. So I can click yes, and you can see that all three screens are actually synced up. Now, all that's left for me to do is to collect the items that I ordered, my delicious Dunkachino, and I'll be on my way.
The Adaptive Store Sneak will show how Adobe is transforming the in-store customer experience. We developed this solution in collaboration with Adobe partner Ensemble Systems, and using Adobe I/O have integrated Experience Manager and Target with a Microsoft Kinect camera, and then we'll go ahead and scan you. Now, the Kinect camera is scanning 20 different measurements and characteristics to find the perfect outfit for Martin. It's taking into consideration location, style preferences for the area, and even local inventory to deliver this assortment. So this time you'll notice that because I've authenticated, it's taking my customer profile out of the Adobe Marketing Cloud and providing even more personalized recommendations just for me.
Tonight, I'm going to play the role of a marketing manager for a car company. And I've been thinking a lot about showcasing our car collection for this year through a more exciting mobile experience. But in order to build this experience, you need designers, you need marketers, and you need developers to build it. So let's start with the design phase first. And I have my forward-thinking designer, Manuel, here, who has been working on some layouts. Let's have a look at that together.
All right, thank you, Andra. So I have Adobe XD open here. You may know it as Project Comet, a designing and prototyping tool that was demoed at Adobe Max and recently released as preview. On the canvas, I have some wireframes that I've been working on for an iOS application. For a designer like me, there is nothing more frustrating than a beautiful layout with irrelevant dummy data. We are not going to do this here. Instead, we are going to create an integration with Adobe Experience Manager directly in the design tool. And check this out, by simply adding this URL here, I get all this content from Adobe Experience Manager ready to use in the design, which is pretty cool.
I guess no more dummy data?
No more dummy data.
Let's see it.
Now let me show you how powerful it is to design in context of real data. Taking advantage of Adobe XD Repeat Grid, I can quickly populate the navigation screen. I'm going to select the first element and pick the S7. Give it a second while it loads. There it is. Now I'm going to select the TTS and S3. Beautiful and red. And finally, I am just going to click the last vehicle in the collection. And there it is. The entire navigation screen was done in a matter of seconds, which is pretty cool.
That was fast.
Yep, but now let me show you my favorite part, designing the more detailed content views. Traditionally, I will have to gather content from multiple sources, organize it all, and design the individual screens one by one by one. But now, taking advantage of the integration panel, I can use all the content from Adobe Experience Manager and draw all the layouts with just a few clicks. Pretty cool, right?
On the other hand, as a marketing manager, I want to define the product placement strategy as early in the process as possible. And by seeing all these designs in context of real content, I can provide feedback to the design team before we are heading in the wrong direction. Now, let me show you my favorite part, connecting all the application views together. I'm going to switch to prototype mode in Adobe XD to define some structure in my app. Normally, in Adobe XD, you will define links between individual views, but you'll have to do this one by one. We took this a step further. Since all this content is uniquely identified in AEM, I can select all my artboards and watch what happens when I click this top right button. Everything gets automatically connected for me. All is left is to build the app.